In the corner of my eye, I saw you at Rudy's. You were very high. You were high.
When we approached recording Steely Dan's Asia as our own, we knew that to be something completely different. We recorded it at home in our apartment in the Junction in Toronto, and through the process, I don't think we ever thought it was going to get completed. I think it was just like later on that we found that the things were actually coming together with like certain themes, and there's certain like threads woven through it. But I think, you know, it has that kind of home recording feel because it very much is just us.
I think that, you know, growing up on a record like Asia, you understand it from a distance because it doesn't really make sense to you in your culture, because no one would make a record like Asia in 2012. It's just a different people wouldn't have a budget to make a record like that. And I think that that was a big thing for us. It kind of brought it into this do-it-yourself space, and I think that that's what's so cool about it, because you can make a timeless record make sense all over again to a generation of people that had to understand it from sort of like afar.
I think with our version, we really put our stamp on it, and it doesn't sound like a Steely Dan record. It sounds like the Darcys making a record. When we decided to perform it live, deciding on how we were going to do it and figuring out if it was possible, it's like we had to get a bunch of new gear we'd never even used or tried before, and it was extremely difficult but extremely rewarding.
When it came to putting together the live show, I mean, I think we all had to rethink again our instruments and our role in the band and the way that we function kind of like as a unit on stage. I don't think it was ever kind of designed to be performed by a band. I think a lot of it, like, although elements of it came together as us in the band in the room, the way it was recorded, the way it was like assembled was, you know, kind of just as like a headphone studio project. And we had to get really creative when it came to, you know, finding ways to represent all those parts as a live band. We had to share things around, and people were constantly taking other people's parts or picking up slack in a way that they haven't before, and trying to make their instruments sound like two or three, you know, and trying to find a way to multitask and do different things, because it's like we had become so attached to all the elements in the original version that we wanted to represent, you know, kind of regardless of how many people would ever have to pull that off. And then we feel like it was only fair to like do justice to the recording by representing as much of that as possible in the live show. So it kind of became like more of like a team effort than it had really ever been before. In a way, because we played so many shows this year of our own material, things that we become really comfortable with, you know, things that we put together as a band in a way, we had to be back on our toes, and we had to be, you know, focused with each other again. And it was fun that in a way that so much time had passed from when we actually worked on the album to when we came close to performing it, because I feel like we were excited about it as we worked on it, but had done so many things in between that we almost forgot how much we, you know, how proud we were of that. And coming back, like finding a new excitement in it, played into the way that we performed it every night. I think we like wanted to be on stage. We wanted to be, you know, waiting for the next change or waiting for the next part to come in and kind of like breathe new life into it.
Is everybody having a good time this evening?
I've seen your picture. I'll keep it with you better. Turn up it sure looks good on you. So won't you smile for the camera? I know I love you better. Hey, it will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Well, the shot falls. You see it all in greedy. It's so beautiful. It will come back to you. Yeah, it will come back to you. Well, the shot falls. You see it all in bleeding. It's so beautiful.
I think that the most interesting thing about recording this record was that we just tried to destroy Asia and then build it back up again. I don't know how we did, but I think that was the idea.